Wow, what a Thursday night football game. How are we doing? Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening. This is the Ball Knowers Pod. My name's Zach. With me, I have Joller and Justin, my two buds like always. And week 10 of the NFL definitely got kicked off with a bang. Before we touch on this awesome, probably best Thursday night game so far this season, I do want to close out week 9. Or did we talk about it? Can't remember. Did we talk about week Monday night game? Kansas City, Tampa Bay? I don't remember. Chiefs won in overtime. They gave the ball. Kansas City won the coin toss. Top ball should have went for 2 before overtime, and Kansas City is 8-0, unfortunately.
Brutal.
So, ironically, Justin pegged Tampa Bay to be that first loss, and they almost were. You pegged it early at the season, but wasn't the case. But anyways, wow.
Dude, 10, if they had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, they would have been, though.
No, Facts. You're 100%. I agree. Yeah, no, you're right. Definitely right. Good call on that one. Still had definitely the chance. Todd Bowles should have gone for 2. I stand by that forever. But anyways, what a game to kick off week 10 of the NFL. Cincinnati and Baltimore. Nice AFC North matchup. Definitely Bengals on a must-win kind of tour here. I'll kind of burn this game for you real quick. It wasn't close. Cincinnati was up actually 21-7 early in the third quarter. Baltimore only scored 7 at half, which was the lowest they've scored all season. Cincinnati comes out, has the ball up 21-7, trying to go up 3 scores. Chase Brown fumbles the ball, and that was kind of the momentum switch. Ravens scored on 3 straight possessions. Justin Tucker actually missed an extra point, which is kind of rare. He's kind of getting more washed now. But Baltimore scores on 3 straight possessions to then make it 28-21 after Cincinnati was up. Then Cincinnati ties it on a 1-play 70-yard bomb to Jamar Chase. And he did the classic Deshaun Jackson, runs around in the 1-yard line and then backs it into the end zone. Pretty savage. Then Lamar Jackson, they drive again to take the lead 35-28. A game-winning drive, or game-tying, potentially game-winning drive led by Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. Zach Taylor ends up, they score a touchdown. They end up choosing to go for 2 for the win, and they don't get it. So Bengals fall to the Ravens 34-35. Bengals are now 4-6 and third place in the AFC North. Jamar Chase goes absolutely bonkers. 11 catches, 264, 3 touchdowns. And Joe Burrow has 430 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's had 3 games this season with 4 touchdowns or more, which is bonkers too. I know we kind of mentioned in the last episode, if they actually had a defense, even Joller mentioned before we started the show, if they had a defense, they would be unstoppable. But that's not the case. And you still need to stop the other team. So what do you guys think? Have you caught any of it or kind of looking at the highlights and stuff?
I was a little surprised that Cincinnati went up pretty big, like going into the third quarter or the start of the third quarter, 21-7. Down the stretch, it was brutal watching like Joe play so well, and then the defense, like that final drive with Baltimore, just open guy after open guy after open guy, like no pressure. All Lamar had to do was find the open guy, and it was like a first down. And it's just like, it sounds obvious, we've said it before, but it's like, God, dude, if the Bengals had a half-decent defense, this team looks so much better, and even after the 0-3 start, the fact that they easily could have won this game and been right back in the mix just shows you how well like Joe Burrow has really played this season sneakily to get them back in a fighting chance at potentially 5-5.
Yeah.
But unfortunately they just couldn't make a stop, and Lamar and the Ravens got the ball last, and you kind of knew they were going to score. But yeah, it's tough. I thought this would be a huge game for Cincy. And they're totally alive. If they win today, they're totally right in it with momentum. So that sucks. It is what it is, Nothing we haven't really seen, but yeah, it's just tough. Feel bad for Joe.
Yeah, it sucks for him, man. I agree that this game going for two is probably the right call, but not the Tampa Bay game. I think it's two totally different situations. Obviously, you have no defense going on in the fourth quarter of this game. It's kind of a judgment call at that point. Like, hey, we can't stop them. If we kick it now, it's going to be over here in 30 seconds anyways. So let's just go for it now. So I agree with that. Joe played out of his mind like he has many times this season. It hasn't mattered. He's going to be the non-MVP MVP this season because his team is just not doing well, which is unfortunate. But I don't know. Is it all over for them? Is that all she wrote?
Their division's tough.
Tough,
Obviously, they're not going to win the
brutal
division.
division.
Yeah. It's that same conversation I think we kind of touched on every week. You know, that 6 and 7 seed is going to be Bengals, Chargers, Steelers, Colts, for what it's worth, Jets. That's what the 6 and 7 seed is going to consist of, is two of those 4 teams, or 5 teams. I can't remember how many. Like, that's what it's going to be.
They are still ahead of the Jets.
Everyone's
I
ahead
think
of
the
the
matter
Jets.
Bengals
what
are
they
a
do
better
this week.
team than any of those other teams, but the
Offensively.
Jets have the most complete roster.
Not the Titans.
If I was to make a bet between any of those teams making the like finishing out the end of the season, it's probably the Jets because the roster. But
Wow.
I think since he's like the best team of all of them, it's just the division's so hard. It's like I don't know how they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's between Denver, Cincy, and New York if they can win this week.
Denver, too. That's another
which
one.
they
Yeah, I
should,
knew I was missing
believe,
one.
right?
Denver's playing KC.
Yeah, Denver.
So
they
we'll
play Kansas
get
City
into-
this week, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they just got
Or next week.
steamrolled last week. They just got steamrolled on Sunday by Baltimore, but
Yes, this week. So Kansas City this week. So they can
Well,
be
you know
5 and
that's an
5,
L.
and then the Bengals and Jets both at 4 and 6, and Indy's in there, but no one cares about Indy.
True.
So it'll be fun.
tough scene. That's like, all right, I'll just go fuck myself, dude. Whatever.
It's
I'll
strictly
see
because
about
of their
him.
schedule, honestly. Because
I'll see myself
Flacco
out.
isn't bad.
But no, yeah,
Seth
definitely got
cares
some
about
good
him.
games. Definitely got some good games this week. Couple shit ones too, as there are, as we get farther into the season, more games that matter. And then there also is some games that definitely don't. Like the one in Germany, I'm not gonna wake up for this unless my daughter wakes up early. Giants Carolina, who fucking cares? I got Giants winning. Carolina upset New Orleans last week. Their Giants are favored by 6.5, which I thought was a little much for two shit teams. But I think the Giants are the better team on paper and watching them. So I got Giants.
Is this for the number 1 pick? 2, 2, and 7 teams. I would try my best to lose that if I was either team. They're actually
As
at the
of
point where
right
winning
now?
hurts you. Where winning negatively hurts you.
Yes. Well, there's a lot of 2 and 7 teams. So you have New Orleans, New York, Carolina, New England,
Las Vegas.
Vegas, Jacksonville, Cleveland. Lots of 2 and 7 teams.
Yeah, I think a little too soon to go.
Yeah,
for...
the winner of this game will be the loser of this game.
Correct. That's well said.
So what do you have?
But yeah, Giants probably win.
No. Would you consider this a primetime game? Because it's like the only one on at 6:30 is considered primetime for Danny Dimes or not?
I think by definition,
primetime is any time you're
right?
the only game on TV, right? That's primetime.
Yeah, I think by definition it technically constitutes. If you're in Europe, it absolutely is prime time. So yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah, I mean they played Washington really close. They played Pittsburgh closer than a lot of other teams, right? So they should be able to beat Carolina.
I'll wake up and watch it, dude, because I love ball.
Yeah, that's
Flipping
how it
it.
goes.
Clipping it.
So, all right, Giants across the board. Yeah, definitely. I don't think Carolina can manage back-to-back upsets, especially almost a touchdown. This next one, KC favored by 7.5 against Denver. Obviously in Missouri. Obviously, we were talking crap because Baltimore was favored against Denver like 9.5 last week, and as Joller mentioned, they got steamrolled on. Bo Nix didn't even play bad. They just kept letting Baltimore score. Denver did not do much on defense, and then once you're down 2+ scores, you're just trying to throw everything at the wall anyways. But does KC gets their first loss this weekend or no?
At this point, dude, I don't think they're losing a game all season. They've been so bad and they haven't lost that it's like comical at this point. It's just like I haven't even looked at the remaining schedule, but I couldn't tell you when they're going to get their first loss. Honestly,
They're at Buffalo next week.
Yeah, okay, that's the one I'm going to lose.
I think they have a chance to lose this game.
It's a division game.
I don't know. They got steamrolled. I don't know. They got steamrolled on Sunday by Baltimore, dude.
But it's a division game. Throw the records out.
It's true, man.
Yeah, Kansas City wins.
Kansas City wins. I'm the only one that has faith in my boy.
I would not be surprised, though, if Bo Nix comes through, but that defense is crazy also. So
I think Denver covers.
And there's no chance the refs throw a flag on them. So
Denver, man, I feel bad freaking always picking against I'm going to give you right one of these where I'm playing the law of averages at this point. Denver's winning. I think that game against the top, a decent defense in Baltimore and putting up obviously 40+ points and kind of getting the shit kicked out of him, I think it kind of made him flip the switch and will kind of turn it on. It's a division opponent too. KC's luck eventually can potentially run out, and who's to say it's not in this division game? I think it'd be kind of cool to have it happen in Kansas City, no less. They almost got upset last week on Monday. Tampa Bay came into town and they almost got upset. Obviously, had to go to overtime and then won, of course. But a couple missed calls in that one too. But whatever. Yeah, man, I would love to see Bo Nix come out and put up 20+ points.
Could you walk us through the law of averages? Because I believe this will be the 5th or 6th game that you picked against them, having not won any. So I'd love to hear the rationale behind the pick.
It's like when you're at the casino and you're playing roulette and you put your money on black or red, and it's like black, like 6 times in a row. Obviously, you have to take out money from the ATM, put it all on red, because you know for a fact it's going to hit red that next one. You have to.
That's sound.
No, for a fact.
Soundest logic I've ever heard.
Yeah,
Denver is Denver. Just so we know, Denver is second in the league in sacks. So
I want Mahomes to get cracked just hard one time.
That's a sneaky stat.
I like that.
Good.
It could happen, yeah. I think we should make shirts, by the way, that just say divisional game. Or division game.
Yeah.
That's all it says. No context. Just division game. Those who know.
Facts. Law of averages, man. They got to lose once. It'd be fun to see Bo Nix get a good upset win in Kansas City, no less. But, I'll roll with Denver and Bo Nix. Don't let me down. I'm definitely going to be watching that one in the morning. Definitely be watching that game more than watching this one. Buffalo at Indianapolis. I don't care. They picked Joe Flacco to start the rest of the season, which I'm not sure what kind of message that sends to the team or what the hell they're doing in Indy. I don't know when you let AR go back in next season after we finish 500 or 9-8 or I don't know, 7-10, whatever we finish. I don't know.
I think he could start sooner than later if Joe has another game like last week.
That was a terrible. That was a tough watch.
What? Really?
Yeah. He played not great, but neither has AR. But I think I honestly think if Joe plays like really bad this week, I think it's totally possible Anthony Richardson comes back next week.
It'd be insane in
I don't know,
Colts
man. It feels
land.
too soon.
Yeah, it would be freaking wild.
And he'll come in and throw for 45 yards and three interceptions.
No, he's gonna throw for
Maybe
100. He's gonna throw for
back to
100 yards. He's gonna throw for 100 yards, 3 picks, 1 touchdown. The touchdown pass was 98 yards. That's how it's gonna be.
Yes. It's actually the most accurate.
That was his last game before he got benched, right? He had like a 60-yard pass, and he had like 82 yards passing before he got benched.
He was at halftime. He was like 2 for 13, like 91 yards and 1 touchdown, and the touchdown was like 70 yards or something.
It's fucking.
So crazy. I forgot if we mentioned it prior, but like he has the worst completion percentage, like even worse than Jamarcus Russell through this amount of games.
Yeah, there was also a stat floating around too when he was benched before the Sunday night game. Obviously, like he's only played 10 career games, I believe, and they stuck the first 10 career games of AR versus the first 10 career games against Josh Allen, like their yards, rushing yards, total touchdowns, interceptions, etc., passer rating, QBR, eerily similar. So they're which I'm not saying that he's anywhere near Josh Allen or can be, whatever. I mean, he could, but I think it's just 10 games isn't
I don't know. Kind of sounds like
small sample size. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see how these next few weeks. I hope. Like a part of me, I just want to force the issue. I want Flacco to either, have a shitty game, maybe like a two interception game with like 100 yards or something, and then force AR back in to figure it out. Or I want to just take a shit and lose. I don't even care. Buffalo wins.
Well, you're still in contention.
That's mathematically
annoying. So you have to like try to play it smart.
It's annoying.
And I think right now that move is to play Flacco. But like I said, if Flacco plays really bad, I think they can make a desperate move and go back to AR. And then if he's like dreadful, then you're like, okay, season's over. I almost feel like you have to see him again before you move on from him, because
but I want to force the issue now.
If you know that he's not the guy, I would imagine that they'll trade him in the offseason, right? If he comes back for the remainder of the season, let's say like 2-3 weeks from now, let's say he plays out in December, right? And it's just all bad. Maybe they try to move him, right? I could see that happening.
To take him?
Someone
they were asking
if they're desperate.
At the deadline. Everyone was calling.
I don't know.
I
could see it.
So they were calling.
Like if you put him out
Allegedly.
there and then he takes a shit, you're gonna get like a 7th for him if you're lucky.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though. Like if you're in contention and like if Joe just falls off a cliff, you have to like try to figure something out, and throwing him back in might be that move.
I don't know.
And then if it bites you in the ass, and it bites you in the ass, right? And then you move on. But I definitely think it's probable that he starts sooner than later.
Well, whatever. Buffalo wins in Indy.
That'd be good for Zach for a higher draft pick.
I don't even care. Yeah, it's just season's so weird. Indy or Buffalo only favored by 4. Thought that was a little too much respect thrown to Indy's way. I did not like that. I think Buffalo wins by like 8.5.
Yeah.
So very weird one. But moving on from that game,
that was a lot of points.
This one I think is probably the game of the week. Looking at it, just matchup wise or standings wise, matchup wise, record, etc. Steelers at Commanders in Washington. Commanders look pretty good, obviously at home. they have done all season. Obviously, Jaden Daniels, we kind of talk about him every week. We do love him here on the pod. But I think Russell Wilson's going to be tested for the first time for reals. I mean,
yeah, I think Pittsburgh could win the game, but I feel like Washington's just hot right now too. Like they got the mojo. They're kind of cruising. I don't know. I kind of like Washington, but I think it could be a close game though, because Pittsburgh's good. The defense is really good. Jaden Daniels will have to play a good game. He can't really turn the ball over or anything. Gut feeling, I'm picking Washington.
I don't know. Washington needed the Hail Mary to save them 2 weeks ago. And then division game last week played them really close, but they're a bad team, but it's division. So, like, who knows? I think they've come down to earth a little bit. I count that Chicago game as basically a loss for them. I mean, you have to, right? Like, okay, you went on a Hail Mary, but okay, did you really win that game? Or did Chicago just lose it? So I think Pittsburgh's defense is better than Chicago's.
Yes.
This is number 3 in points scored is Washington. Number 2 in points allowed is Pittsburgh. So something we'll have to give. I want to pick Pittsburgh here, actually. I think
Very statistically sound decision.
yeah. When an immovable object hits an unstoppable force, right? Those fit, man. You think Russell Wilson's going to outperform Jaden Daniels?
I think the defense that Russell Wilson is having to play is not as good as the defense Jaden Daniels is having to play. It's a tough game to pick, though, because it's at Washington, too.
It's basically even.
I don't know.
They're favored by 2.5. I mean, so Vegas thinks it's going to be even.
The spread is 3.
What was that, Zach?
Yeah, it's or I pulled it from ESPN.
Mine says 3.
What is that? That's on ESPN. Yahoo.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it. So I mean, at 3, so it's basically Vegas picks him as even. So. But I got Washington.
Zach,
oh, okay. Yeah, I got Washington. I think Jay Daniels outperforms at Russell Wilson and gets the big dub at home. But definitely gonna be a good one. It could go either way for sure. I don't think Washington's gonna win by 10 or something. It's gonna be a fun game to watch in the morning. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Next one. This one was kind of weird. Minnesota Vikings go into Duval County, face the Jaguars. Minnesota looked mid at best against the Colts on Sunday night, and then Jacksonville obviously almost upset Philly. So honestly, I don't know. I kind of stuck on this one. I don't know what to pick.
Really?
I feel like this could be like a Jaguars Desperado game. And maybe they sneak a win. Maybe that would be really good for me. It's probably bias leaking through. But yeah, I do feel like Minnesota's been leaking oil the last couple of weeks. They don't look as red hot as they did the first 4 weeks. Definitely like a beatable team. But the Jaguars are also really bad. And they have been all season. Except when they play the Packers. But other than that, they've been really bad. So I think I have to pick Minnesota.
Got all that warm up just to pick Minnesota. Minnesota.
Weak.
Give me Alabama.
I got Jacksonville, man. I got Jacksonville. I think they have nothing to lose.
God, dude, this guy.
They have nothing to lose.
One of these. You-
Huh? They have
It'd be
nothing
a
to
trap game,
lose.
dude. I kind
one
of
of these picks you make every week. One of these picks will hit, and you'll look like a genius.
but it
But
is
you
But
have
hard
made
to
this pick
stay.
like 1,000
but
times
but all
now.
but all of mine have. It's not been far off. It's not like I said something. I didn't say Denver was going to
Kansas
upset
City,
Baltimore,
Vegas.
and they get Kansas City,
Yeah,
Vegas.
Kansas City, Vegas is bad.
Vegas had the chance, dude. They had the chance. They had 2 chances to win that game. 2 chances to win that game, and they covered the spread too. So it can be done, and I'm close. Minnesota was down 7-0 at halftime against the Colts on Sunday Night Football, and Minnesota lost the last 2 games to the Rams and the Lions before that. So I think Jacksonville has nothing to lose. They
You picked
could have.
Jacksonville over Philly.
All right, you're right. You're
I
right.
did.
It's time to put some respect on your ball knowledge. It's all
You
right.
picked Dallas over San Francisco.
Okay, that one was bad because I did not agree with you that Dallas was
Tampa Bay over
absolutely
Baltimore.
garbage. When was that one? I don't remember that one. But
That was a few weeks back. Tampa Bay over Baltimore.
Tampa Bay over Baltimore is not half as egregious as the Cowboys over the Niners pick.
At the time, it felt like a out there pick though, because Baltimore was like going crazy.
that was after they lost to the Raiders, if I'm not mistaken. The week after they lost to the Raiders. But no, I got Jacksonville. They're underdogs at home by a full touchdown. I don't think Minnesota, as Joller mentioned, they've been leaking oil the last few weeks. I think Jacksonville puts up some points and sneaks a win at home. It's good for Joller and his Packers, and good for the NFC playoffs, and kind of definitely would bring the Vikings way back down to earth after starting the season off 5-0. So I do got Jacksonville taking that one, but we'll see. NFC South matchup: Atlanta and New Orleans. Chris Olave is obviously out after taking that medicine. What is it? Hospital ball from Derek Carr last week, and taking that big L.
Yep.
That
Derek
big
Carr's in
L.
prison, dude.
Facts. Lost to the Panthers. You see, was it Cam Jordan or somebody tweeted? He's like, "Guys, I'm so sorry. We lost to the fucking Panthers. Like, I'm so sorry to you guys."
It was Cam Jordan.
Dude.
Although Cam Jordan can get away with it though, dude. He's been there forever.
Yeah. He
If
looks like the
anybody
nicest
can tweet
guy
that out,
too.
who's a saint, it's Cam Jordan. It can get he gets a pass. Nobody else on that roster could get away with that. But I love reading that tweet. Yeah, pretty much. I remember reading that tweet from him, and I was like, low key, I feel like he's totally actually sincere in this tweet. Like, guys, I'm sorry, we just lost the freaking Panthers. When I read it, I was like, this guy's not even playing. He's actually like, damn, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah.
That was bad. I can't believe freaking the Saints are 2-7, dude. It's so awful. Dennis Allen, you're jail. I know he got fired, but he should be in jail anyways. It's so bad, man. It's so bad.
It was so funny that we called it too.
Did you see the post I sent you guys about Dennis Allen?
I did see that.
Yeah, he put that kid on IR earlier this year by mistake or whatever.
Wait, what?
It was because he was pissing him off. Yeah, the rookie. I think it was one of their rookies. If I'm not mistaken.
The running backs.
He put a rookie on the IR, but because he was just pissing him off, and so he's like, "Oh, you're not going to play for at least another 4 games." But he's like, "No, I only need 1 week off or something like that." Right?
Yeah, because he was injured, and Dennis Allen was pissed off that he was injured frequently. So he put him on the IR, and the whole coaching staff was pissed about it. They're like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? He's not even like right now. He's healthy. The kid's healthy, but he can't play because Dennis Allen put him on IR, so he can't play for 4 weeks.
Jail.
How do you not fire him immediately after that knowledge?
What's that?
Unless that wasn't public knowledge, but
Oh, how do you know that?
that's insane. If you're the owner and you hear that, I'm firing him on the spot.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Because you've been losing games left and right, and you have a healthy player that you're just choosing to not play. It's That's wild.
Yeah, it says
Big
that
if
the
you're
plan was for him to return versus the Falcons this weekend, but Dennis Allen thwarted that out of spite and instead placed
That's a
him on
Jen.
injured reserve, sparking frustration among the coaching staff.
That's dumb. Also, the slate
Damn.
this week is ass. I'm looking right now.
I know.
It's just not good.
That's why the next few games that we're gonna go over are kind of shit. But yeah, Atlanta across the board. I think they'll take a pretty good. Depending on how the next game we're gonna talk about right now plays out, Atlanta could come out of this week leading the league or leading the division by 3 games. If they take this one at NOLA, which I think they easily can. And then the next one, San Francisco, Tampa Bay. McCaffrey's back and going to play. Juwan Jennings is back and going to play, or at least he's on track to play. Jolly, you can finally use your number 1 overall pick that's been on your bench for 10 weeks. Who takes this one?
Yeah. San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey's going to run amok.
No, he's not. He's probably going to get hurt again.
They're off bye week.
He's been on. He hasn't played football in like 5 years.
Yeah, basically.
Extra healthy.
Is he though? Is he extra healthy?
They should just keep sitting him until they get a game that's going to be like a
7
problem.
touchdowns.
Bucks
by 7 touchdowns? What the fuck?
Bucks by 1 million. San Francisco 6.5 is so disrespectful. So disrespectful.
Damn.
In Tampa.
Oh god, this is his like lock of the week right here.
This isn't even lock. This is the lock of my lifetime. Of my lifetime.
Oh man.
Yeah, San Francisco by 1 million, nothing less. If it's anything less than 1 million, I lose the house.
Damn. Oh man, I think San Francisco. I think
never been more
McCaffrey's gonna come
about
back.
anything in my entire life.
God.
Oh no.
Never been more certain.
Oh man.
Never been more certain.
Oh no.
Come 11 o'clock on Sunday, an hour into it, we will see.
Oof.
No,
because Joller's going to text us and be like, oh, my pick was wrong, and he's going to reverse Joller jinx himself, and then Tampa Bay's going to come back.
Yeah. You're going to text us and be like, fucking Baker sucks. Baker sucks. He's the worst quarterback in the league. And he's going to throw
I haven't shit
touchdowns
on Baker all year. What makes you think I'd start now?
Because he's going to throw 2 picks, and then you're going to be like, oh, he's dog shit. And then he's going to throw 5 touchdowns, and they're going to win. Watch.
That's the text. Baker washed. That's the text.
Baker wash. Nah, dude. I won't need to say anything because it's not going to happen. Baker's going to handle. It's a done deal.
Oh my god!
I'll sleep like a baby Saturday night thinking about this game only, and just
I need to make my
how
stupid
certain
pick.
of a pick it is.
Where's
right?
mine? You both got a stupid pick. Where's mine?
This next
It's
one?
like the sun rising in the
I got
morning.
one coming up.
You just know that it's happening, right? It's like you don't even need to think about it. It's ingrained into the fabric of life.
Mm.
That's how I feel about that pick.
Yeah.
Only time will tell, as they say. This, not sure if this would be a stupid one or stupid pick or upset rather. New England visiting Chicago. Both offenses are pretty bad. Chicago's defense obviously is pretty good, keeping them in games. Caleb Williams looked like dog water on Sunday, only managing 9 points total, 3 field goals, and I think it was the second quarter against Arizona. New England coming off of that overtime loss to Tennessee on last Sunday. This was kind of weird for me. Chicago favored by 6. A little weird, but I mean, it's at home, I guess. So, like, my gut immediately wants to go to New England, but I feel like Caleb Williams is like due for at least a win, and this would be one he would get it on. Chicago.
Chicago. Easy pick.
I think New England because the Bears are unraveling. Not even just
second in yards per game.
Not even just Caleb. Matt Eberflus is king of the chodes, dude. He is just clown fest. Just absolute moron. And he's going to coach them out of the game. And Jacoby Brissett is going to ball out or whatever.
Drake May.
Oh, he's back? Oh, yeah, even more certain. Yeah, that's... Yeah. I actually, all seriousness now, that is probably a lock of the century. Bucks could be lock of the decade, but
God,
the Patriots
you
are
said
lock
it,
of the
so now
century.
now it can't happen.
Gosh. Oh, no.
God, I
Fucking
can't wait
jinx
to
of
be
all
2-0
jinxes.
on this, dude, and shit all over you guys
New
on
England is
Sunday.
last in the league in yards per game, last in the league in passing yards per game. Chicago is not those things.
Drake Mays played like 2 games, and he like died and then came back. So we don't have an
As
accurate
predicted.
sample size. We don't have a large enough sample size to make those kind of statistics. Okay, so Drake May is going to ball out. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
It would be
fine.
cool to see Drake May outplay Caleb Williams
It'll
in
be fine.
Chicago.
It'll be
That would
fine.
be it would be fun to see. I just don't. Yeah, just
Bears are going to
so
win
bad.
21-10, and 14 of their points are going to be from like pick sixes or like a fumble return. And the 7 points, the third touchdown, is going to be like a rushing touchdown, not by Caleb. He's going to do nothing to contribute.
That's a good take.
Dude, that is so
I like
so
that take.
accurate. I can't even
Yeah.
I can't even dispute it. That sounds like you actually watch the Bears, because I watch the Bears a lot, and that's exactly how it goes.
Shout out Eric Hill. He went to that game against
Caleb
Arizona.
will have like 260 yards, no touchdowns.
Did he?
Yeah, he watched that L. I was like, yikes. Terrible. So yeah, I think Chicago wins.
Dude.
Drove all the way out there for fucking nothing.
I cannot wait to talk to him about that.
Oh yeah, and the Yankees too. He's a huge Yankees fan, so make sure to bring that up too. Also.
Oh god, I'm a field day with him.
Next one, Chargers have a game at home against the Titans. I really don't think the Titans are that good. I don't think the Chargers are going to Charger that bad and lose to the Titans. 7.5 seems like a lot for some reason. But their defense, as we kind of mentioned before, is top 3 in the league. Going against, I'm assuming, Mason Rudolph again. I'm not sure if you could look that up of who's starting, if Will Levis is finally back. Or maybe he's healthy and the coach is like, fuck it, I'm not even putting you back in because you're ass. But I think Justin Herbert and
it doesn't matter.
Tight Chargers defense takes care of business.
He's like, I've seen too many memes. I need you to sit out a little more.
They brought their points allowed per game down to 12.6.
Is that
pretty
first in the league? It's got to be, right?
Yes. I don't think it's even close. Yeah, it's first, but I don't even know what second is. But yeah, this is easy pick.
Yeah.
Damn.
Chargers can't Charger this game. It's impossible.
Not after beating the GOAT last week, right?
The what? Who they
The
play?
GOAT, James Winston.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Jameis fell off a freaking cliff, dude. That shit pissed me off.
Cleveland's in a bye this week. I was trying to. Pittsburgh Steelers at 14.9 points per game. This is number 2, so 2-point difference. And then sneakily third is Denver. I'd love to see that. But yeah, Chargers take it at home against Mason Rudolph, Will Levis, don't matter. What does Shannon Sharp always say? Mason Rudolph, Will Levis, Ryan Tannehill, Malik Willis, don't matter. Lakers in 5. Chargers take it. So Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, whoever's taking the ball. Philly, Dallas, division game. As Justin always says, these division games are always really close. But with a new quarterback in there, Cooper Rush or Trey Lance or whomever, I think Philly takes this one pretty easy. I'm out on Dallas, not because Dak's out now, but because after that Niners game, they really pissed me off. So fuck them.
Fuck them.
That's fair, dude. That's fair.
Yeah, Philly wins. It could be close. It could be close just because Cooper Rush is like he's okay. He's won games in the past. Mike, I don't know if Micah's back for sure this week or not. He might be.
Why are they not
Law.
playing Trey Lance though? I don't understand.
Why would
Everyone's
they?
saying because they traded for him. And the season's over, you know. I don't know. I feel like you got to play.
In their game against the Chargers in the third preseason of the game when no one's playing, he threw 5 interceptions.
Yeah, preseason doesn't matter. It's like practice.
True.
You're playing third stringers. You throw 5 interceptions.
But the coach tells you to throw the ball downfield.
Anthony Richardson, I'm pretty sure, has less reps.
Where did
since like college
Cooper Rush go to college? Do you know? I'm just curious. I looked it up right now, but I was curious if you knew, Justin. Or Joller, for that matter.
I don't know.
Joller?
I know this one.
Yes.
Hold on.
He looks it up.
No, I'm not. You went
As
to
wait,
Google knows
Central
this
Michigan.
one. Wait.
Central Michigan. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Central Michigan. What's it called? But yeah, Philly takes it. It'll be close though. Division game plus Cooper Rush. You know, you haven't seen him play in a while too, and obviously when the backup quarterback gets thrown in there, weird things can happen. But Philly takes it. Hopefully, we see another nasty Saquon run where he doesn't hurdle somebody backwards. Now he does a full 360 hurdle over someone and scores a touchdown while doing it with his helmet off.
But you know what? Dallas is at home, meaning it could also be a blowout. Maybe it's not close.
Haven't they not won at home this season?
Yeah, they've gotten shit on at home.
That is insane that they haven't won at home yet. That's freaking crazy.
Well, they've had 3 games at home, and I don't even want to add up the point totals because they're so high.
Is it pushing 200?
I can't do that kind of math in my head.
Well, at home, it's only 3 games, right?
Blowout. I remember that.
Oh, I got
it's
you.
Baltimore and Detroit.
44 plus 28. That's 64. 72 plus 47. 110. 119. 3 games.
There you go.
Fuck.
Against how many points?
Cooper Rush thus far has made just under $9 million
against 53 points for themselves. So what did you say, 119?
Yeah.
119.53 over 3 games.
It's tough. Tough look.
Yeah, this one could be a bad blowout too, actually, since they're at home.
Philly wins. This next one, I think this is Justin's pick that he mentioned a few weeks ago. Jets, Arizona. Kind of sold on Arizona after I think I mentioned that a few weeks ago. Justin, I think you said you saw them beating the Jets in a few weeks. So obviously, this is a couple weeks ago. Arizona's now had 2 wins since you made that comment. And yeah, Arizona's had 2 wins since that comment. Looked pretty consistent. Defense looks good. Offense is doing enough to win games. You know, they kind of walked it off the last 2 weeks. But hey, W is a W no matter what. I have Arizona in this one, ending the Jets season.
Hell yeah, dude.
This was the game last week I said this is going to be like impossible for me to pick because I'm like fangirling for both teams this season. But I'm going to stick with
the impossible.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, no.
Give me the Jets.
God.
Give me the Jets.
So bad, dude. So smooth brain.
Simply because if they lose this game, their season is in fact over after.
Okay, at least you said it.
You did say it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play Miami twice, and you still have to go to Buffalo. Miami's not the Miami without Tua anymore, so that's not like a pushover
easy
game.
dub. Yeah,
you still have to play Seattle, which, you know, it could be easy. It could not be easy. You don't know. Any game's a win for sure.
Yeah, I
they
like
have to win this game.
Arizona. They've won 2 in a row. They look a lot better.
I do too, but Arizona doesn't have to have this one. It's not like absolutely drop dead necessary to have this one for them. It is for New York.
That's why I think Arizona will win even more.
Arizona's.
Arizona is currently in the division lead, just so we all know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's like a 4-way tie basically. They won 2 in a row.
It is not.
They kind of feel like they can't take their foot off the gas. Okay, half a game, same freaking thing.
No, it is not. They have one more win than all the other teams.
Okay, so as I was saying, they can't take their foot off the gas. They won 2 in a row. They have to keep that momentum up. They
won 3 in a row.
In their eyes, they have to like keep it up as much as the Jets do. The Jets have just been grossly underperforming to where they literally have to win like the next month to even sniff the hypothetical possibility of making a wild card.
And they kicked that off last week with a predicted win against a garbage team, who we all know is a garbage team. Arizona has won 3 in a row. I think that it's possible they let their foot on. Don't get me wrong, I love Arizona. I've been sucking Arizona off all season. But the Jets need the win.
Arizona. End the season.
I trust.
Arizona.
This is my stupid pick.
I mean, no, it's not stupid. I see where you're coming from.
You guys all get your stupid picks every single week.
You've been fangirling hard on both those teams, and Arizona sold me. 5 weeks ago, I was not in on them at all. But I am. They sold me after the last few weeks, after the back-to-back kind of walk-off wins. They sold me. So I'm all in.
But the records show that if Arizona loses, I am not out on them either, though.
Okay. That's
if
fair.
Arizona loses, are you guys out on them?
No. It depends. Are they losing by like 40?
Okay. Well, we're saying the Jets are trash.
Yeah,
so
no, you're right. If they lose to the Jets, I'm out on them. Yeah. If it's a bullshit ref call thing, maybe not. But barring anything else,
no, I'm not out.
Probably,
unless, like I said, if they look
this is
terrible.
My nonsensical pick of the season. The Jets are favored.
That doesn't surprise me.
They are favored by
in Arizona?
1.5 in Arizona. So basically even, but we'll see. Speaking of who the Jets beat last week on Halloween, which was they did beat up on a weak team, as Justin likes to call them. It's Sunday Night Football. On paper, at the beginning of the season, full healthy teams. This looked really good. Lions go into Houston to play the Texans. Stroud versus Goff. Goff's on an MVP tear. Texans are looking pretty weak. Obviously they've already lost. Nico Collins might be back. I haven't checked on that. Obviously Stephon Diggs out for the season. Their O-line or lack thereof, I feel like they're playing with one less offensive lineman. Stroud is taking the most hits ever. He's just getting blown up, and rookie magic's not going to save him anymore. Detroit wins, I think, convincingly on Sunday night.
I agree.
Same. Detroit's
same. That's your
lazy hot.
That's your boy.
Who's my boy?
Stroud.
CJ.
Man, I was
nothing to say.
I was dumping on him. Dude, I was dumping on him after that last loss, dude. I said I was like, I might be out on that because
is it might be or is it out? You got to pick one.
I can't be out.
They're 6-4 on Monday morning. Are you in or are you out?
In, because they're injured right now, right? So it's not fair to really say I'm out at this time.
Stephon Diggs is not coming back. So injured right now, they'll be injured the rest of the year.
Is Nico Collins back?
Not this week. I just checked right now. He was not at practice today. So it's tough. Their
Their
offensive
schedule
line.
I don't know. I might be out. But not right now. They haven't looked good though, right? They haven't had a good game. They've the last like month, probably like since the Packers game, like they have trended down, as I like to say. There hasn't been a lot of good, quite frankly, for one reason or another. I mean, the injuries is a real thing, right? You lost both your receivers. That's no joke for any team. But even before that, it was starting to like take a downturn. I'm disappointed it was my AFC pick. I think they could turn it around, but I got to see something like now.
I think they are first round exit, 10-7 this year. That's like their best bet.
Yeah, division's theirs. Regardless, however they kind of finish out, they're going to win the games that they should. Tennessee, they've swept the Colts already. Jacksonville, they'll take care of business. These tougher teams with like
They're going to lose
Houston.
those 3 straight after that bye, though.
If Houston was healthy, like Nico Collins and obviously Stephon Diggs, and if they had somewhat of an offensive line, they would still need to play well, and CJ Stroud would need to do really well to beat a Detroit, to beat a Buffalo, to beat a Kansas City. But now they're half-assed on offense, no offensive line at all. Stroud's not going to run. Like, he's not going to run for 100 plus, and who the hell is he throwing it to now? So it's definitely tough. Like, I agree with Justin's take.
I think if
10-7,
fully healthy, yeah, I could see that too. Even if they were fully healthy, I don't think they're beating Detroit. Detroit's just that.
Well, that's what I said. They would need to be playing out of their ass
beating
something. It's true. Also true.
Like right now, like if you played a team like next week, I don't know if there's anybody I would pick over Detroit.
Yeah, but I mean, would you pick them over Kansas City right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
House. Betting it.
You fucks. Would you pick them over Baltimore?
Yes.
Yes.
Baltimore is the one team
Okay.
I think could do it. But yeah, I would say, yeah, I do. Chiefs are a dreadful team. They are so
Houston
bad.
is still number 1 in the AFC to you guys.
No.
So who's number 1 in the AFC?
AFC?
You just
Baltimore?
said Kansas City no, Baltimore no.
That's not what I said. I said I wouldn't pick them against the Lions.
I just asked you, Baltimore. Do you pick them over Baltimore? You said yes.
Yes.
You said
So
in the
who's
AFC,
number 1
though.
in the AFC right now?
Baltimore, because Detroit's in the NFC, you fuck. They wouldn't play each other. He's saying Baltimore's...
We're talking about Houston.
No, I'm talking about the Lions.
Oh,
you
they're talking about
fucks. I'm talking about
Lions.
Houston.
Oh.
I said,
No,
I said I
no.
wouldn't take anybody to beat the Lions right now.
Okay, I was talking about Houston.
Oh, no. It's okay. No harm, no foul.
No, yeah. No, you're good.
Good handshake for us. All good. All good. No. Houston, yeah, would get shit on by all those teams. I'm saying I don't think I want to pick any of those teams against Detroit right now. Detroit's just that good. They're just that red hot. They are immeasurably better than the Chiefs.
I'm worried though. I'm worried Detroit, like,
Speaking,
they get all the way there and they choke it. Like, yeah, like
I was
they
talking to
pull
my
a
dad about
freaking
that.
2007 Patriots or something.
I disagree because, like for example, last year, like Dan Campbell's bonehead calls cost them the game, right? But Detroit's never been there. There was immeasurable pressure to win, right? With a relatively inexperienced team.
I would argue the pressure's higher this year than it was last year.
I don't know, but now they know they have a good team. They know what they have. They're playing well. Jared Goff has been steady, not doing too much, and playing great the entire season. Dan Campbell hasn't made any boneheaded, risky calls. They're clearly comfortable with who they are, and they're not trying to do too much, and they're just balling out. So it feels different to me. I don't necessarily... I see what you're saying, but I think last year in the playoffs prepared them for where they are now, and it shows. And they look cool and collected, and they're not trying to do too much, and Dan Campbell's not doing anything stupid. No, I think Detroit's that good, and I've said that before. But they could burn out. They could peak too early until I see a dip or I see somebody else play entirely out of their mind. Yeah, I'm picking Detroit against everybody. I think if there's an AFC team, if you asked, like who could do it or who could look better right now, I'd probably say Baltimore as far as like ceiling.
Yeah.
That's my
The last I believe 4 one-loss teams going all the way back to 1998. All lost prior to, well, the Panthers lost in the Super Bowl. The others lost prior to the Super Bowl. So we haven't had a one-loss team win the Super Bowl since the 85 Bears. All the other teams have lost and not won the Super Bowl. All I'm saying is, like, I'm nervous about that, even though they look super good now.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It is hard to do.
Yeah, and that's actually not counting the 2007 Patriots, where they lost in the Super Bowl and they were undefeated in the regular season. So there's 5 of them, the last 5.
I mean, the Packers 2012 went like 15-1.
What if they
Whatever.
lock
They
up the
lost to
one
the
seed?
Giants.
They lost in the divisional.
What if the Lions lock up the 1 seed in the NFC and sit everyone week 18 and they lose that one? Obviously, game that doesn't matter. They have 2 losses now, and they go in the playoffs.
I think if there's a possibility of losing the 1 seed, there's no way they sit. That's the thing, though.
But who's going to keep pace?
Washington.
Washington? I don't.
No.
Is going to keep pace?
Falcons, man, they're gonna sneak up in
I
there.
mean, if the Eagles fell off a cliff, maybe, but the Eagles are kind of like trending back to where they were supposed to be. So I could see Washington cooling off and Philly possibly winning the division. But yeah, I don't know who catches the Lions. I don't want to say it's a lock, but like, yeah, I can't accurately think of who's going to catch them for the number
I just
1
think
seed.
something weird might happen at some point in the playoffs with them. Like we've seen the last 5 undefeated or one-loss teams get there and lose.
No.
There's
It could
just
happen.
something weird about it.
Hopefully not. I mean, they look scary. They look fun, and as Jaller said, they're on a tear and they're not slowing down at all. So, and I don't think they slow down on Sunday night against Houston for sure. So, we'll see. Monday night game, Dolphins go into SoFi right here at home, take on the Rams. Rams coming off of that overtime win against Seattle last week. Rams, when they're healthy, they look really good. Obviously, they beat the Vikings Thursday night before that. Won in Seattle against Geno, and he's number 1 in the league in passing. I think Rams, when they're healthy. Oh, Puka actually got ejected in the second quarter in that game too, so they didn't have their leading wide receiver the whole second half. Still ended up pulling out the win in overtime. Against Seattle last week. Miami's lost 2 in a row since Tua's been back. This will now be his 3rd game back. I got Rams winning at home.
I like the Rams too. I think the Dolphins in prime time, unless I'm mistaken, are typically not good. The Rams are healthy. They've been trending upwards the last 2 weeks. The Rams are a more complete team, I think, when they're healthy. And I like them in LA. So, gut feeling.
They're also trying to keep pace. I mean, they're all close. In that division too, in the NFC West, so they're definitely wanting to keep pace with Arizona, San Francisco. I mean, because that division is up for grabs for any of those teams right now. Technically, on paper, the Rams are second because they won that first game over San Francisco. So, Miami's playing for nothing. they're down in the division by like 5 games already. Like, it's a little too late for them. So I think Rams have this one. I think it's closer. I don't think, it's the Tua-led Miami Dolphins. It's definitely a different team than fucking Tim Boyle, but I still think the Rams take care of business.
Something is screaming at me to pick Miami.
Then do it.
Because we picked the Rams. I think that's what's screaming at you. Is literally us.
No, I just think that like last week, like they so easily could have won that game against Buffalo and been 3-5. Yeah, the problem is their season's pretty much, I don't want to say it's over, but
I mean, yeah.
fuck, the Rams, there's nobody that's like hurt, right? They're all playing. Puka's playing.
Cooper Kupp's back.
Coop.
Okay, just
Facts.
yeah, give me the Rams. I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna change mine to Miami.
my head instead of my
heart.
That might have got me the switch. I don't know. It's like a toss up for me.
I'm not. It's not. I mean,
Probably why
I
it's
think it's
-1.
close. Yeah. No, Vegas has it pretty close. But we'll see. If you had, I'll just give a quick question to kind of end it for the viewers. One game. I'll ask both of you guys this. Charlie, you can go first. One game that you would peg to watch for if you could watch one game only for this whole Sunday/Monday night slate. Which game are you watching, and which game would you not want to turn into at all?
The game I would want to watch would be Steelers Commanders. The game I would not want to watch would be a toss up for me. Bills Colts is up there. Blowout coming. Chargers Titans. I just see that and I have no interest.
Justin, what about you?
The Titans are less exciting to watch.
I would rather watch Jets Cardinals than Steelers Commanders. Honestly. So I'm gonna pick Jets Cardinals.
Okay.
Steelers Commanders was gonna be my pick, but then I was looking at that game. I was like, man, I want to watch that game.
We can't pick the same one.
There were 2 games, man. I mean,
and then Giants Panthers.
Giants Panthers. Okay.
Oh, Giants Panthers. So, yeah, I didn't even see that.
It's
in Europe, though. It doesn't really count.
So for me, then, if those are taken, if I couldn't watch any of those 4 games, the one I am tuning in to watch is going to be Denver KC, baby. That's the one I'm definitely watching, and the one I'm not watching.
You're gonna be disappointed by the second quarter.
And the one I'm not watching is New England Chicago. Couldn't care less. It's just
what?
New England's not fun for me to watch,
one.
and Chicago can't fucking score the ball on offense. Don't care. That's
fun to watch for me, though.
I actually liked all of our picks there, though, to be honest.
Yeah. I think
kudos for not picking the same ones.
Yeah.
So, no, it's good.
No one picked Lions Texans, man. No one would have figured that at the beginning of the year.
I know, that's what I said.
That's supposed to be a game of the week.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But we'll see. Got some good games for this week 10 of the NFL. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Hit us up on TikTok and Instagram. I do want to say one thing to all of our listeners out there. You know your team better than we do. So if we missed anything or have anything that we should talk about or that we missed or that we don't know, let us know. We're only Colts, Cowboys, Packers fans here to our soul, but we know a lot of football, but obviously you know your team better than we do. So let us know. But no, that's all I got.
Open to suggestions.
Definitely, yeah. Hit us up. Let us know. We like learning new things and talking about more stuff if we miss some stuff. So, but anything else? That's all I got.
Love you, boys.
Later, players. Smash that like button.